proud Lord said that I must bow so low.
Hey guys, Happy New Year, and since it's January I'm now going to be starting a new project. So this is my January painting project, which I'm doing as part of a Facebook group, Kings of War Australia, and also to coincide with IDIC Bear's own January sort of painting log competition thing which he's doing in January as well. So I'm working on my Basilean army for Kings of War by Mantic. Now this is going to be my second Kings of War army. I've got a fairly sizable undead army. It's around 1,000 points or so that I've got painted at the moment, and I can expand it out to probably about 5,000 or 6,000 points if I use all my models once they're all assembled and painted up. I've got a tournament which I'm running in mid-February, so I wanted to make sure that I've got a couple of different armies ready for that, so that I can lend some out to people who don't have armies and things to help build up the numbers of players at the tournaments and things like that. So if any of you watching are in New Zealand, are in Auckland, and feel like coming along to New Zealand's first Kings of War tournament, flick me a message and I'll provide you all the details. But enough on that. I'll start talking about this miniature here. So this is one of the Basilean mounted paladins, and I'm really happy with how these models turned out. Now they are rustic models, so they do require a little bit of heating. I just use a hairdryer, but I know some of the guys on the Mantic forums prefer to use hot water. I use a hairdryer because I work next to my computer, so it's a little bit safer. But with a little bit of gap filling and stuff like that, they actually come out really nice. Now I'm also trying a different technique, using a different product for these as well. So what I'm doing is I'm doing all my base coats, and then I'm slapping on a coat of the Army Painter Quick Shade Strong Tone, which is that pigmented varnish stuff. And then once I've done that, I'm going back over and doing my normal sort of wash techniques, using my Agrax Earth Shades and Nun Oil combination, and then doing the highlights. And what I find is that once you highlight and put some more washes over the strong tone, it really sort of ties it in together. And then with a good heavy coat of matte varnish like you see here, it takes away that sort of glossy shine. So I was originally hoping that the Quick Shade would sort of take my washes out, that I wouldn't need to use them as part of the technique. But I'm not entirely happy with how it works by itself. So that's why I'm still using the washes, and I like how it all sort of works in together. So it's a useful product. I'm not 100% sure on the techniques that I'm currently using it for, but I am anticipating that because it's got that extra layer of varnish in there, it will be a lot more beneficial in the long run in terms of predicting the models. So this was just a sort of quick test model, which I've banged up in the last couple of days, and yeah, I'm really happy with how it's turned out. I'm also using the Vallejo liquid golds for the first time, and I love them. I'm probably going to throw away my GW golds because I haven't had much luck with them in the past, and the Vallejo stuff's gone on beautifully. So here's the first test piece. I'll just spin it around. I'm going for a sort of Crusader style. I want them sort of dirty and gritty, so I'm going to be putting some weathering powders and stuff like that on these. But yeah, that's enough for the mounted guy. And here is the crossbow men-at-arms. So I've done a little bit of sculpting work on the shoulders just to help sort of blend in the transition on the arms and fill up the seams. And this was just a very quick paint job on this guy. I think I did him in about half an hour or an hour. So there's still some tidying up work to do, but it was just, yeah, it was really a test piece just to see if the scheme was going to work. So you see on the back, I need to tidy up some of these shading and the washing. It's just come out completely the wrong colour and the wrong darkness, but they'll be pretty easy for me to tidy up. There still needs the highlights and stuff done on him. So now that I'm happy with how the test coats came out, I'm now starting to work on the assembly line process. So these guys are part of what's going to be 2 10-man units, or 2 troops of crossbowmen. And so they're just part of the way through the base coating stage. So this is what I've been working on today. And there's some more of them. I'm just working with them all attached to a bit of wood to speed up the process. And using some of the Mordheim Henchman crossbow arms. I just had some bits lying around and they actually came out pretty good. They're about the right scale. They look really nice, and so yeah, that's what I'm going to use to sort of fill up the units. So thanks for watching, guys. I will be keeping you updated on my progress throughout the month. I'm aiming to get pretty much 1,000 points of Basileans painted this month, so quite a bit of work to do, but I'll keep you posted. Cheers, guys.
Different code, that's all the truth I know.